Good evening. It's Gray Matter. It's actually 1:30 a.m. in the morning. Coming off the cusp of Halloween. Now it's November the 1st. So I just wanted to make this quick vid. Um Watching Isaiah Robin. So this man's claiming to be from Nephilim bloodline speaks out. Listen here, man. And this may or may not cover any points in the actual video. This is a long video. It's like an hour and 28 minutes. I didn't even watch the full thing. There's one thing I do know because I wanted to comment on this. So just to cut out all the fear and all of the misconceptions. You can't be from Nephilim bloodline. I'm just gonna be honest here. For two reasons. One, because of the flood. They all died out. The only people who were spared was Noah and his family. And any animal that was in the ark, two of every kind. That is the biblical history when it comes to Nephilim. There's some outside sources claiming that they may have survived, but nowhere in scripture does it say that. Not of the flood. Okay, and any giants that have appeared after the fact, like Goliath, etc., they were killed off by David and his army. So saying you are of Nephilim bloodline already makes me raise my eyebrows. Second, he was talking about how the belief is that because they're of Nephilim bloodline, that they are more than man and should rule the earth or should have dominion over the earth. It's the same God complex, because he's speaking on the Illuminati, the deep state, the elites, the shadow government, etc. Okay, the people controlling everything from behind the scenes are trying to orchestrate all the chaos that mankind goes through on a daily basis. The point I'm here to confirm on my end with scripture is that even if he was of, well, first of all, it's the lie of the enemy, all right, because they're Satanists, they're Satan worshipers. He admits to this. Not him. He specifically turned to Christ, okay, but the people that he was brought up under, you know, since he was a child, all the things that he undergone, experienced, and witnessed, he was made to believe that he was of Nephilim descent. And here's the truth about it: they have no dominion. It's that simple. Not by birthright. When in Genesis it said that God made man, he made them male and female, he gave them dominion over the earth, over every tree, plant, insect, creepy crawling thing. I'm paraphrasing, but animal, etc. All right. They were given the earth and they were to be fruitful and to multiply. The Watchers, or the sons of God, the fallen angels, whatever you want to call them, when they came down and laid with human women to create the Nephilim, that was not supposed to happen. In fact, that was a sin. That's why God punished those fallen angels, those Watchers. Not only that, but then he flooded the earth to rid the earth of its wickedness and its estranged flesh. That is the Nephilim. Okay, people were wicked, but the Nephilim was a huge problem. They were giants roaming the earth, causing chaos. God did not give them the earth. That's where the lie of the enemy comes. I just wanted to get this out of the way. You're probably like, why are you even making this video? It's to get things straight, okay? There's no way that you are a Nephilim or a descendant of Nephilim. That's the first problem. And if you were, just if they do exist, excuse me, just know that these Nephilim descendants do not have dominion over the earth just because they believe themselves to be more than man, due to the illegal mixing of the Watchers and the human women. That's not even a thing. The earth is for mankind, full-blooded mankind. Then another thing I want to get into is the whole fear mongering, etc. Because in a lot of these things, when people get deep into Satanism, they're talking about children and sacrifices, like the rape, the torture, etc., the transhumanism that can create fear. Just know this, all right? God's gonna win. He always wins, no matter how hectic it looks, no matter how gut turning this evil is. Just point blank and simple. I just wanted to make this video to get all this out of the way. This is a 1 hour 28-minute vid.
Be Indian, and a lot of people had gathered forever to commune with the fallen. They believed that the sons of the sky would come down every season at the winter solstice, and they would abide from the winter solstice to the summer solstice there. And so this was a place where they would give their daughters over to them. This is Hopi mythology, like 101, you know, and they would make these Kachina dolls, which were an effigy of the what I would say is a watcher angel that would come, and the daughter would be given to him, and she would place that over her bed throughout her life, you know, and that's her familiar spirit, right? That's where I was born into. And the people that still practice that old religion, that's the way I refer to it, they still do this. And they still take their children up there to give them over to them on these high days. And so I was born into that, and I was born through that seed line and into that ritual magic world. And
okay, is he a giant though? That's the thing. That's the thing. But it's still an interesting video. It does confirm a lot of stuff about the Illuminati. All right, and the Satan worship and the rituals that they partake in. Okay. I'm not finna go all deep into that in this vid. There is something else that I do plan on doing that has nothing to do with the Bible, but it does have something to do with politics. I'm gonna try to create another petition. There's a an act that I found out about dealing with the economy that has been tampered with and modified over the years, which is why we're dealing with the issues that we're dealing with now. I'm looking this up now. Yeah, the Coinage Act of 1792. So it essentially establishes that our currency was going to be gold and silver. Over the years, this act has been modified and changed to what we have now, where we're practicing a fiat currency, where it's not backed by gold or silver, but it's backed by faith, mainly debt. I'm not even going to say faith. It's a debt-based economy. And the petition that I plan on making once I'm done doing my research on this topic is to restore America back to that specific currency, or at the very least make it to where the paper money that we have has to be finite and backed by gold and silver. Now, I know in the past you heard me talk about Trump and that he was going to do this, which I believe that he is going to do this, but I believe that we still need to apply some pressure. Not because I don't think Trump is going to do it, but dealing with Congress and a lot of other government officials, etc., it's going to need to be some pushback. All right, especially given where this digital ID situation is going. That's also something that needs to be dealt with. So I'm gonna do something. You know, I'm gonna make a petition, try to get some signatures, and we're gonna see where this goes. And how they react to it, if they do get it, will let us know their true colors. Anyway, I'm done.